If you're a true Liverpool fan, subscribe to Anfield Signal. Liverpool fan reaction: we showed our quality in Sunderland victory. Liverpool ground out a 1-0 win over Sunderland in the Premier League, and if it felt uncomfortable at times, that was because it was. On the latest Late Night Live from Anfield Index, Jack McIndoe and Lola Katz-Roberts dissected a performance that delivered 3 points but raised familiar questions. As Jack admitted at the start, Liverpool have won a game of football away from home. I don't know how to react. That sense of relief framed the whole discussion. Sunderland were unbeaten at home, physical, organized and awkward. Liverpool had to fight. Lola Katz-Roberts did not hesitate when naming her standout performer. It genuinely would have been Endo if he hadn't come off. I just thought he was magnificent. She painted the picture of the night. It looked grey as anything. Horrible, rain pissing down, wind blowing around the stadium. And I was just thinking, God, this is not a night for how we've played this season. And then Endo shows up. Her verdict was simple and direct. He just grafts, like grafts his bollocks off, wins every tackle. Even allowing for exaggeration, the point was clear. It felt like he got his head on everything and won everything and just was willing to play the game on Sunderland's terms and was willing to win the physical fight. If Endo set the tone, Ibrahima Konate sustained it. Lola was emphatic. He was excellent against Manchester City on Sunday and he was excellent tonight and really relished that physical battle. She added that Konate just rose to the challenge and highlighted how he thrives in contact against powerful forwards. Against a Sunderland side that had troubled Arsenal earlier in the season, Liverpool's centre-backs stood firm. In the Premier League, especially away from home, that matters. Yet for all the defensive resolve, the attacking play drew criticism. Liverpool dominated large stretches, created chances, but did not convert enough of them. Reflecting on the first half, Lola said, I came off at halftime feeling frustrated. Despite territorial control and opportunities, the expected goals tally did not translate into a lead. Her broader concern cut deeper. I don't really feel like Liverpool took their chances. That theme carried into the second half. My big frustration is that Liverpool didn't put the game to bed. Florian Wirtz caught the eye. Lola felt he was central to Liverpool's best moments. In the first half, he's the one that picked up the tempo and became a problem that Sunderland just couldn't live with. But even there, she saw room for improvement. After one chance, she admitted, I thought actually he had more time. The issues were not confined to one player. Sometimes I feel like you get the 4 of those guys playing as individuals, she said of the forward line. It's just missing that final moment. On Mohamed Salah, her assessment was stark. It's hard to watch him at times this season because I keep watching him thinking, last season he'd pick up the ball, and you'd be sitting there being like, I know something's going to happen. Then it just gets blocked every time this season. For a Liverpool side chasing consistency in the Premier League, those margins are decisive. If the attack spluttered, the backline earned praise. Lola singled out Andy Robertson. Andy Robbo needs a shout-out because he was fantastic tonight. She also noted how structure and trust made a difference. There was a trust there and a security. And I think that spread across the whole backline and was a massive part of why we were able to restrict them to quite limited chances of high quality. In a hostile environment at Sunderland, that composure was essential. Liverpool limited the hosts to few meaningful efforts on target, even if the atmosphere and late pressure created nerves. Curtis Jones also changed the rhythm when introduced. Lola described him as just slowing the game down and praised his composure on the ball. The players around Curtis Jones, they know what to expect from him and they seem really reassured by his presence. Those details matter across a long Premier League season. Game management can be the difference between a draw and a win. Liverpool's win at Sunderland was, as Lola put it, a big, big win. With rivals dropping points, the table tightened again. In the Premier League, momentum shifts quickly. Still, she refused to be carried away. I don't want to sound overly negative because I think the biggest frustration all season long has been how much more we know that can come from this group of players. That line sums up the mood. Relief, yes. Satisfaction, Partially. Fulfillment, not quite. Liverpool did what they had to do at the Stadium of Light. They matched Sunderland's physicality, relied on Endo and Konate, and found a way through. But as the late-night live discussion on Anfield Index made clear, there is more required if this season is to be defined by success in the Premier League rather than what might have been. 3 points secured. Questions remain. That is the story of Liverpool's night on Wearside. Steven Gerrard expects Mohamed Salah message after matching Liverpool record. Liverpool forward Mohamed Salah equaled Steven Gerrard's number of assists for the Reds against Sunderland, setting up the winner scored by Virgil van Dijk in the northeast. Liverpool legend Steven Gerrard says he expects to hear from Mohamed Salah after the Egyptian drew level with him on the number of assists he has provided for the Anfield side in the Premier League. Salah's corner kick in the second half at the Stadium of Light was headed home by Virgil van Dijk, ensuring that Liverpool took advantage of Manchester United and Chelsea slipping up on Tuesday in the race for the Champions League spots. Van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate were excellent at the back, keeping a clean sheet alongside Andy Robertson and Wataru Endo. And while the latter was stretchered off, it was a good outing for Arne Slot's side in terms of the result. Gerrard, speaking as a pundit on TNT Sports, was delighted with the victory and that Salah leveled his assists record in the process. Inevitably, he will be overtaken sooner rather than later, with both currently on 92. It is brilliant for him, Gerrard said. He should be going ahead of me tonight. He put a brilliant ball in for Hugo Ekitike at the weekend and he missed a sitter. I am sure he will be disappointed he hasn't gone one ahead. And I am sure he will remind me. Salah was not particularly effective in open play but made a telling difference in the second half. The win was a big one for under-pressure Arne Slot, too. He has so many records for this club, but to have this one combined with such a great player, Slot said of Salah's latest record. Both were unbelievable players for this club. Unfortunately for Steven, I expect Mo to go above him. I don't expect, but I hope he goes above him. On the game and win in general, Slot added, very important. I think we dug deep, after only 2 days of rest. Then going to a difficult away game. We showed again how well we can play on the ball. We created so many opportunities today. The character we have shown throughout the whole game was very good and that is why we leave this place with a 1-0 win. Second half, we had so many good moments and so many moments where we had quality players in promising positions. The overall performance in terms of work rate was really good. Arne Slot issues worrying Wataru Endo injury update as Liverpool issues mount. The Japan captain was the latest Liverpool player to pick up an injury, after he landed awkwardly on his ankle in the second half of the Reds' 1-0 win over Sunderland. Arne Slot has admitted he expects Wataru Endo to be absent for quite a long time following the ankle injury he suffered at Sunderland. The Liverpool midfielder landed awkwardly on his ankle after clearing a Sunderland cross midway through the second half of the Reds' 1-0 win at the Stadium of Light, and despite initially attempting to continue, Endo had to stretch it off. Speaking after the game, Slot revealed it looks like a serious injury. I don't think we have that many injuries, but you notice it earlier with us because our squad is not as deep as some others, he told TNT Sports. But his injury doesn't look good. I expect him to be out, unfortunately, for quite a long time again. Endo was starting just his second Premier League game under Slot, and third of the campaign in all competitions. The Japan captain was drafted and given the Reds' right-back woes, with Connor Bradley and Jeremy Frimpong injured. Dominic Szoboszlai was suspended following his red card against Manchester City on Sunday, and Joe Gomez has only just recovered from a hip problem. In fact, it was the experienced defender who replaced Endo at the Stadium of Light. On the right fullback position, we have had a lot of problems, that is obvious, Slot acknowledged. What a mentality from him, Endo, because when things really don't look good, he stayed on the pitch and defended one more set piece. That tells you all about the mentality of the team. That showed today and that is why we won the game today. On the win, Slot added, in almost all the things we did really well. We had to defend a lot of long balls, a lot of set pieces, and I think we did this really well. We won a lot second balls and on the ball we were very good. The only thing I can maybe be not so positive about if you generate so many chances, you should score more than one goal. But today this was enough because we defended very well in all phases of the game. The victory saw Liverpool close the gap to Manchester United and Chelsea to 3 and 2 points respectively in the top 5 race. If you play for Liverpool or if you manage Liverpool, every game is a must-win, so that doesn't change at all, Slot said. So last season, when we were on top of the league, it felt every time we needed to win, and now we're in this position, we feel the same, but that's the pressure you should embrace and accept if you're playing for Liverpool, otherwise you're in the wrong place. Virgil van Dijk shows true colours with questions straight after final whistle versus Sunderland. Virgil van Dijk scored the decisive goal against Sunderland as Liverpool picked up a vital 3 points in the race for Champions League football next season. Virgil van Dijk was eager to ensure he was awarded the winning goal against Sunderland as Liverpool boosted its top 4 hopes. The Reds skipper struck the decisive moment at the Stadium of Light as he leapt highest to make contact with Mohamed Salah's corner. Van Dijk's effort was on target before deflecting off Habib Diarra and finding the net. The goal was given to Van Dijk by the Premier League, but the Dutchman was quick to find out if it had gone down as his, when he spoke to the media immediately after the final whistle in the tunnel. TNT reporter Jules Breach revealed Van Dijk asked her, "Was it an own goal or was it mine?" before the Dutchman added, "It was going on target surely." On the vital victory, the Liverpool talisman added, "It was a great win. It was hard work on a very difficult pitch, but we are very pleased with the 3 points. To come here and play like we did, we deserved the 3 points. Sunderland has shown how difficult it is to beat them. They deserve a lot of credit. For us to win, and keep a clean sheet, it is a good night for us. Ebu was outstanding. Maka in front, everyone put a shift in. I am proud of the guys. They worked so hard for this today and it is great to see. The win keeps Liverpool in 6th in the Premier League but closes the gap on Chelsea and Manchester United, who were both held to draws on Tuesday night. And Van Dijk refused to hide the importance of the win but maintains there is a long way to go as his side looks to finish inside the Champions League places. He added, "It feels very big but there is still 12 more games to go. We have to try to keep improving and find consistency. We did well against City apart from the last 10 minutes, so we have to keep building and stay confident. Today was a great step forward, so now it is about recovering and being ready for Brighton." Teammate Florian Wirtz looked ahead to that FA Cup game as he spoke to TNT Sports afterwards. He added, "The club deserves to win trophies. As players, we always want to win something. There is an opportunity to go a step closer this weekend and we want to take that.